Hi, welcome to the award-winning Ed Brown Show. And once again, we're into economics. We're going to talk about millionaires. Hey, how many out there want to be a millionaire? I know it's a lot of you out there. Well, what we have here is William Murry. Now, you've heard of William Murry. This young man has been out there giving all kinds of institutes for making money. He's in real estate, the whole bit. But this Millionaire Institute, I want to know more about it myself. Welcome, William.
Ed, I want to thank you for inviting me on your show again. You know, it's always, always, always a pleasure.
Well, what is this Millionaire Institute? You know, so many youngsters out there, you know, what's happening is corporations are getting involved in it now to the point that they, like Starbucks and Sears and a lot of the big corporations, some kind of training for the young people, 16 to 24
Yeah.
years old. And I thought that was excellent idea that the corporations are getting into this unemployment, which is very high in African American neighbors. Now, tell us something. Now, this Millionaire Institute. Now, what kind of program is it? And is it a program for the youngsters? Is it a program for the seniors? You know, I mean, what we want to know is that you're offering this, and give us some idea, because I think it's a lot of people out there would like to be millionaires, but they don't know how. And this institute is supposed to make it easier.
You know, and what the Millionaire Mastermind Institute is an institute for those people who are entrepreneurs or future entrepreneurs. What we do, we take and teach you and give you from idea to implementation and beyond, the information, the knowledge. We give you the roadmap, the guidelines to build that $1 million institute. I mean, $1 billion business. You know, it's a process. And one of the biggest questions that I'm asked is, where do I begin?
Yes.
So I put together the Millionaire Mastermind Institute, which is an institution for business-minded people, so they can have that roadmap. You can already have a business, and you want to build it to understand how other people built that $1 million company. And so that's what this is, giving you that roadmap. We're your GPS to that $1 million business. Because one thing, see, it's not the big things you're doing that's going to make you a success. It's really not. It's the little things that you're not doing that's going to hold you back. Because anything small that you do, a little success every day equals a big success.
And this program, give us some ideas about the program itself and how long it's going to be and where it's going to be.
Well, we have various classes. We have some that you know, if you just want to get an idea on what it is, class where I can come in, I can speak and teach for 3.5 hours. We have some that are not. I have a 9-hour session that's coming where I'm bringing in the professors, all of your educators.
These educators. Okay.
Yeah, because we don't have motivational speakers. We have educators to educate you on stuff like I teach the thought and the action process to success, which is the main thing. Anything is thought. Thought is what's going to make you either make it or not make it. And the action process, what you do behind that thought. And then I have a gentleman coming in that teaches marketing and branding, which is important. You got to know how to market your business, and you got to know how to brand it. You don't want to waste no money. We're teaching you how to do things. It's not a waste. How to do it, get everything that you need from what you spend.
Well,
or what you need to learn.
Right.
I've got experts that come in and teach you on social media. You know, and I've got experts come in and teach you on grant writing, on funding, on getting. There's free money out there.
Yeah.
There's free money.
Well, see, that's one of the things that people do not know the procedure in applying for money that's available.
It's available.
See?
You know, the grants are so plentiful that you can't carry the book around that's got all the grants that are available in it. And I mean, the grants are out there for people who are left-handed, who are right-handed, who are short, tall, who are into hair care, health care, education. anything, there's a grant out there that you can get. You just got to know how to file for it. And
Now,
that's where your experts come in.
Give us an example, an individual that have an idea and don't have the funding to actually, bring it into fruition.
Well, funding is one of the
Major
end of things you got to have. But you do have to have funding. But first, it's no good if you don't have it in writing. So it's got to be in writing. You got to have your business plan. You got to have what it is that you want and what it is that you want to do. Because I don't care what your name is. If I'm an investor, I don't care much about what your name is. I don't care about your credit and how much money you got in the bank. Show me, all I'm going to ask you is, let me see your business plan. Your business plan is going to tell me everything I need to know about your idea, about your concept, about what you're going to do to make what you're going to do, your business, a success.
Well, how much research, when you come up with a business plan, that means you really have to do some research. You
got to dot your I's and cross your T's.
If there's a need, I may have something, and I may think it's great, but the market out there, will the market support it?
That's it. See, a lot of people don't know. Say, well, I got an idea. Uncle Fred, he's doing it. He's being very successful, and he's over here. So I'm going to try it, but it's not going to fit. That's like say you can't open up an elementary school or a school to teach young ones near a senior citizens home. They don't have no young children. So you know what I'm saying? You got to make sure you got to do your demographics. You got to know the income. You got to know know the family structure.
And the education level.
You got to know education level. You got to know their income of the community. All of that's important. How far from this neighborhood, that neighborhood is what I'm trying to do. Where is my nearest competitor?
Well, that happens, and that's happening now in a lot of neighborhoods, where, and especially as far as supermarkets are concerned.
Yes.
And they, surprisingly, they had one, a Super Fresh, they closed there off of George Palmer Highway. I was surprised because I felt that they really had the income there, the level, and they apparently maybe the competition from other stores that had moved in or improved their business.
You said the word, Ed. Improve. You can't do yesterday's system today. Ed, if you came to me and you says, I want you to do this for me, I want you to come in and speak to my group, and I told you, okay, Ed, here, when you're ready to talk to me, beat me. If you say beep, you're going to think I'm crazy because beeper's been gone for 10 or 15 years. So you can look at me like I'm crazy.
Right.
But I say, okay, Ed, give me a number and let me call you. Or call me and it'll come into my phone and I'll have your information. You can't use yesterday's technology and things we did then today. It's not going to work.
Well, it's so fast. For instance, like now, I would say with the cell phone, the texting or either Google.
Yes.
For instance, an individual really want to know anything. They can Google it and find out the basis of it or find out something about it.
The biggest problem that most people have, Ed, they want to do the shortcut and the lazy way to do things. Well, that's what's going to happen in your business. Your business is going to be short and it's going to be lazy getting you paid. And so you have to do your research. Ed, I've been out here for 40-some years as an entrepreneur, and I'm a very successful businessman. I'm taking my knowledge and my information and I'm teaching it. I'm bringing in scholars to teach you. I myself, every day, am in class. I make myself study and learn at least 4 hours a day. I set myself down and I read and I study.
Continually.
I'm online because I can't teach you if I don't know.
Right.
I can't teach you from
changes are made in
daily.
The markets, right?
Daily.
And trading and so many things. The market itself.
Your business that go out, like you mentioned, Super Fresh, they wouldn't change their system and their policies to fit today. Their prices, the products they change. Neighborhoods change. People change. You've got to change what it is you're doing to fit your demographics. So evidently, they didn't do what needed to be done. Look at what happened years ago when Hector. Hector was a big multi-million-dollar company, and up pops Home Depot with a better idea from what Hector was doing. And Hector says, "We've been out here all this time. We don't have to change."
Right.
What happened?
That's true.
They went out of business because they wouldn't change their system.
That's a good example. Yeah. Heckinger's with the.
And that was one of the biggest companies around
Right.
for anything doing with the home.
Yeah.
But they wouldn't change their system. The board says we don't have to change our system when they had to change their system.
Because really, the demand is the thing that really dictate to the things that you have to do with your business as far as advances is concerned.
You have to learn. Now, anyone out there that trying to run a business without modern day technology and social media, you're already there's, like I told them yesterday when I did a session yesterday, I told them, if you aren't using modern technology and social media, you're already behind. You're already behind.
Right.
You can't catch up to me who's using social media, who's reaching more people. That's like, Ed, instead of texting someone or sending an email, you're doing snail mail.
You call it snail mail.
Yeah, when you go to the post office, drop it in the mail.
If you write notes,
You're going to go broke trying to buy stamps. Well, all I'm doing is putting it in and hitting the button.
Right.
Now, in a text, the thing about a text, if I send out a text, 85% of text messages are read within 3 minutes. The other 15% are read within 3 hours. That means your texts are being read within 3 hours from the time you send it, with the 85% being read within 3 minutes. Well, snail mail, or even down to emails. Email is eventually, trust me, email eventually is going to be antiquated.
Yeah.
It's because there's too much technology, and it's moving so fast that you got.
Well, actually, email is slower.
It's slower.
Yeah, and the thing about email is that you have to remember the person's email number, and then you with like I was saying with Google, all you do is hit Google and type in the information that you want.
You know,
if you want to know something about baseball, want to know something about football, or you want to know
any business,
any business.
That's right, Ed. You know, and I tell people, I say, you know, 3 of the greatest inventions that ever was the invention on how to use fire and make a fire. When man realized that changed his whole tribe.
Right.
When he learned how to cook bread, make bread and cook bread, that changed. And the internet. The internet connected the world to world information.
Right.
In just a split second touch of a button.
That's it. Yeah.
So you have to use and learn how to use the internet, social media, a computer, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Pinterest, all of that. You have to learn how to use it. Because if you don't, Ed, you really aren't going to make it.
So you're saying that young people that are going out there in business, that they should, whatever they major in, and they have to connect it with the
modern day technology.
Modern day technology. So they have different forms of engineering that goes along with modern technology. You know, being an engineer associated with the internet and associated with the other improvements. But what happens is that a lot of people, every time you look up, somebody's selling another app to you for doing something, and you have to wonder, do I need this app, or what is the value of this app? How is it going to help me in my business?
But you know, Ed, now here's the thing out there that's really, really potent and powerful. All you have to do, if you're a business owner like me, I'm a business owner, I have employees, I have scholars who are under me. See, those who know why hire those who know how.
Okay.
I'm the why. I know why I need them.
Right.
They know how to do it. Do you think that Buffett, Oprah, Gates, do you think all of them are the smartest person in their company?
No.
They hire those that know how to do what they want to do.
That's it.
So it's not the fact that I have to learn it all.
Right.
I just got to know what I need and have an advisor tell me, well, you need this, you need, like today I had a meeting with a young lady.
Okay.
Who told me, now I'm the president and the founder of the Millionaire Mastermind Institute. Well, I brought her on board today because she knows things about social media I have no idea about.
Well, that's true. And you have to, you know, sometimes people, especially people that have money, they have a tendency sometimes to, you know, really want total control. But really, in a business, you're going to reach the point where you're going to need someone with advanced knowledge of what the things that you did 20 years ago or 15 years ago are outdated now.
You know, it's a comical thing that I always say. You know, like my wife is my secretary and my treasurer of my company, along with my son and my grandson. They got positions because my son 28, my grandson is 25. Man, that technology, man, is right up their shot. That's up their alley.
That's right.
You know, like I say, my wife does what I ask her to do. I do what she tells me to do. She's my employee, but still I tell her what I want her to do, and when she does it, she tells me what I need to do, what I have to do.
Now, is there any qualification for this institute?
It's not.
No,
All you have to do is just you want information. You want to build your business. You want to learn how rich people think. See, I got a session after I talking about thinking like rich people think. People with money have to learn how to think like that. You know, you don't wait till you get rich to start thinking rich. You do it now and work toward it now, so when you get there, it's comfortable to you. That's the reason a lot of people who have money, look at this athlete, in 12 years made $168 million. 3 years after he retired, he was broke. $168 million. He didn't understand the concept of money and management. Right. Well, we teach you about money, management, sales.
Well, that's education. And see, that's one of the things, just like your institute is giving the youngsters the type of education and financial education.
It's important.
It's very important. And most people, when you think in terms of financial education, they think of different things other than the things that are going to make their particular business successful.
And it's
they got to look at all those things that they're doing, and in order to make the change.
If I'm doing a class, and I say, okay, for this class, $250. You say, well, I can't afford it. Wrong. You look. Your mindset is telling you wrong. It's not that you can't. You can't afford. You can't afford not to. If you spend $250 and I teach you how to make $1 million, where are you going to be short at?
But the only thing with that is that a lot of people, when it comes to finance, they don't have the background for it, to the point that other than they think because they have the idea, or either they have the money. Some individuals have the money and they make mistakes.
It's going to happen.
Well, the corporations, that's a good example where they have all kinds of technical and background of people that are supposed to be secure in the business, they have individuals purposely for sales or the different departments. Right. Well, they're supposed to come up with ideas to keep the business, and they have a goal to obtain.
And you know, I just did a thing for a major corporation that has over 10,000 employees. And I sit down with the president and his unders, and we talked about, what are you doing? You know, your business is going great, and I had to get them to understand that you have to bring an outside person in sometime who doesn't have a stake in the company to give you what it is that you need that you're not doing. That's my expertise. The people that work for you, that might not be their expertise. See, I don't care how brilliant, you can be the most brilliant person in the world. Your brilliance has no value to me. All I want is your expertise. There's a difference between being brilliant and being an expert. So although you have this person, have someone to look at what you're doing to make sure that you're doing what needs to be done correct.
With this institute, you say there's you don't have to be a businessman. You can be an individual that have an idea. And that and your institute will give them the system that's necessary. And people have different things that they're working on. So your system have to be flexible enough for them to make the application.
Now, next month, and the date is not exact yet. It's not because of the day I found a better location. So it's not exact, but I'm gonna do a 9-hour day next month. Where when you come in, we're gonna break everything that's concerning business and break it down. Where all you can do is take notes, and you'll get an idea what it is you need to do to implement your business.
Okay.
Now we're going to do a 3-day session where we're going to give you time that you can have.
Have these 3 days.
You're going to have all these experts to sit you down for 2 and 3 hours and make you, and you're going to implement and put into motion everything you want.
Okay, so and the institute itself is very practical then, because the individual, whatever situation that they have, that they can make that apply that to their own.
Yeah, and it's not it's not knowing that's hurting us, Ed. It's really not knowing. And being an entrepreneur for over 4 decades, you know, it's a lot, Ed. We've been out there a long time, Ed. and being the information junkie that I am, and meeting all these brilliant minds that I meet, and share the stage with all these brilliant minds. And when I put together the institute, Ed, they were knocking on my door and said, I gotta be part of it.
Okay, with this institute, now how much emphasis are you putting on funding? That's one of the major problems that businesses have. Not just businesses just starting out, but maintaining.
We have a session.
You find businesses. You mentioned Heckingers, or you mentioned people out there been in the business for years.
We have
how do you get that over to the individual to stabilize their financial situation in their business for longevity?
We teach you not to do what you want or how someone else does something, but do it which best fits you and your situation, and patience. Success is patience and perseverance. So you got to be patient. You're not going to open up a business and start making mega money tomorrow. I'm not saying it can't be done. It can be done. But if you don't know how to handle your money, it does you no good, because you're just going to just waste it away. So we do have what we teach about. We have all about funding.
Yeah,
about your money,
funding. Yeah,
how to get money. If you get it, how to use it that best for you, so you won't waste it and make mistakes behind what you want, not what you need.
Okay, what's the best avenue for securing funding for a business?
There are so many things out there, because we do a thing out there too where I teach crowdfunding.
I mean, they have government programs. They have the programs that I was telling you about, that there have institutes that trying to get young people involved, like 16 to 24. They have in these different programs, and they're doing it like Starbucks and all of those companies, Sears and Walmart. They're doing this. What people don't understand, they're doing this for their benefit.
Right, they're going to benefit. Both people are both going to benefit.
Yeah,
the student,
right.
the
Because
employee,
they're offering this exposure to youngsters 16 to 24, because they're thinking about the future. So what the youngsters have to do, anytime they get an opportunity to get into a program with a corporation like Walmart and like that, Sears and all. Well, they need
Starbucks.
to, even if they're they have a business, they can still get involved with them.
People don't realize, regardless of who you are and what type of business you're going to have, the most important and vital thing for that business is your training, your mindset. You have to train and learn. Now, I guarantee you that all these corporations going to hire these 500,000 kids from 16 to 24 across this country. They got to put them in training,
right,
to understand the process,
right,
what's necessary and what's
well,
needed.
that's
because
like
I
an
can't
investment.
hire you, Ed. I can't hire you to handle cash register if you can't count.
But that's like investment.
It's an investment.
See, actually, they're thinking about the future.
That's right.
So that's why they, the age limit is 16 to 24, because that's the age bracket in which a lot of young people are out there, and they haven't decided what careers they want to get involved in.
You're 16 years old and you go get a job, let's say Starbucks. You're 16. Although I don't think Starbucks can hire you at 16. I don't know.
Right. I don't
But
think
just
so.
think 16, that means you got 2 more years before you go to high school. I mean, in high school, then you graduate. Then you got to go to college. Now, you'll give me 2 years as a high school student. When you go away to college, you got 2 years experience. Now you need a job. You know you need a job while you're in college because you need little things.
Right.
You're going to go there to where you go to college and go to that company and say, I'm already experienced at whether I need a part-time job. Now you go do 2-3 years at that company. That gives you 5 years. Tell me when you graduate you're not ready for management because you're going to learn business. Now here's the thing about business, Ed. You take business wherever you work. If that business is successful, I don't care how much you don't buck that system. You learn that system. And when you're ready to go out in that business world, or you're ready to start your own business, you've already got the blueprint because you already work for a company that's a multi-million-dollar company. And you take what I teach Ed about BDI, borrow, duplicate, and improve upon it to fit your situation. Do you think all of them companies didn't copy off of each other? They borrowed what they did that was successful. They duplicated it.
Right.
And they improved upon it to fit what they were doing to make their business successful. BDI is very important. I tell everybody, remember this, write it down, BDI, borrow, duplicate, and improve upon it. Go to these companies and talk to them. They'll give you answers. When you work from 16, 2 years, and you go to college and you need 3 years to work, when you go your senior year and you graduate, where do you think you're going to go try to get a job?
Sure.
Who's going to hire you because you've already got the experience? They've already trained you for 3 to 5 years.
Yeah,
You've got a job.
Well, actually, that's an investment for the organization, for the corporation.
They realize this.
That's why they're putting the money out and offering the training.
That's right.
Yeah.
But that's what the Millionaire Mastermind Institute does. It prepares you and gets you ready.
What about appearance? How important is appearance when you present yourself? We got about 30 seconds.
Language and dress. Because you got 3 seconds to make that first impression. Go dress professional. Don't go with your sneakers on, your jeans on, wrinkled shirt. I don't care if it's just to go to be a janitor or a custodian. Go professional when you go for your job interview. Okay. No, it's yes, no.
Okay, you've heard it from Mr. Murry here. He brings some important things to everyone out there. If you've been in business for periods of time, you can improve.
Yes.
And if you're out there, especially young people, what you have to do, you have to dress for the occasion, because the first thing that they see is how you dress in your appearance. This has been Ed Brown. See you next time. Hope you become a millionaire. Don't forget me.